knows one thing. Time to catch a ride, it leaves today. Her name is what it means. Too much walking, shoehorn thing. Time to take her home. Her dizzy head is contemplated. Time to take her ride. It leaves today. No conversation. Time to take her home. Her dizzy head is contemplated. Time to wait too long. To wait too long. To wait too long.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Randall's Comics. And everyone's having a wonderful week so far and enjoyed the Super Bowl. Did your team win? Mine didn't. The Cowboys are sitting at the house. Anyway, as you know, on Randall's Comics, and I go through my comics from the 90s. And like I said, I pick out some 90s goodness to bring to y'all, like a little the history of the character and the book that I have. And for tonight's episode, I'm bringing you The Crow. Now let's take a quick look at The Crow, shall we? Got some information right here. The Crow is a supernatural superhero comic book series created by James O'Barr revolving around the titular character of the same name. The series, which was originally created by O'Barr as a means of dealing with the death of his fiancée at the hands of a drunk driver, was first published by Caliber Comics in 1989. It became an underground success and was later adapted into a film of the same name in 1994, which of course was The Crow, classic. It was followed by 3 standalone sequels and a television series. A second edition was released in 2024. Numerous books and comic books have been produced, albeit published by various different companies. Let's take a look at some of those various different companies, shall we? The first was Caliber Press. The Crow first appeared on the back cover of Dead World number 10, November 1988. Back cover. James O'Barr provided a back cover to the first comic book Caliber Press published, which contained an advertisement for the upcoming The Crow appearance in Caliber Presents number 1. The ad shows the Crow standing with a smoking shotgun in one hand and a samurai sword in the other with the statement, "For some things there is no forgiveness." It mentions the Crow appearing in February 1989. The Crow's first in-story appearance was in Caliber Presents number 1, January 1989, in the story Inertia, which serves as the prelude to the main series. O'Barr again provided a back cover for this issue. Now, let's go with some of the other printers. It was printed by Tundra Publishing, Kitchen Sink Press, London Night Studios, Image Comics, that was surprising, Pocket Books, Gallery Books, IDW Publishing, and it's like finally Sumerian Comics, July 2024. So anyway, my introduction to The Crow was the movie starring Brandon Lee. Of course, we all know the tragic details of that movie in which he lost his life filming that movie, and that's pretty much what introduced me to The Crow. I had no idea it was a comic book series until I saw the movie. Then some of my friends told me we went to go see it at the movie theater. My friends told me it was a comic book first, and that's pretty much piqued my interest in The Crow, as far as him, returning from the dead to avenge the wrongs done upon him and his girlfriend. And of course, the character of Eric Draven was murdered along with his girlfriend, and he pretty much returned to take vengeance on those individuals. All right, let's take a quick look at the issue of The Crow that I have. And I have The Crow, issue 2 of 3. This is Dead Time. The Crow Dead Time. Let's take a quick look in here, shall we? See what we have. There's some oink, whatever that is. See if I can get y'all a good. Oh, there we go. Really good black and white. A lot of those early, even the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original comics were in black and white. I think it added more to the to the book with it being in black and white like that. So, but anyway, it's pretty. Like I said, I enjoy the Crow story, and we talked about that too, as far as when I did that Spectre review, as far as how uh, the Spectre's life had ended, and now he came back from the dead for vengeance, and pretty much it's like the Crow. Like I say, not only did he come back for vengeance for himself, but vengeance for his girlfriend. Which kind of mirrored James O'Barr, the creator's own real life story of his fiance being murdered by a drunk driver. So, what do you think about The Crow? Have you read The Crow? Have you watched the movies? Anyway, let's discuss on tonight's episode of You Know. Thank you for joining for tonight's episode of Randall's Comics and You Know. If you like what I brought, please smash that like and subscribe button, hit the notification bell. So, what do you think about The Crow? Interesting. I mean, it's kind of a, I don't want to say it's an original idea. The idea of coming back from the dead to seek vengeance on those who have committed wrongs against you. I mean, that's not a new concept. As I told it in the Spectre, that was done in that as early as back as that, which in the 30s, I believe. So anyway, thank you for joining for tonight's episode of Randall's Comics and You Know. And please take care, and I'll see you next time.